This is Groove Gold Mine. In this company, we've got approximately 10,000 people working. Johannesburg was founded from the resources of the mines. So that's why it's called a city of gold. Since long ago, say even during the time of our apartheid, there is a message in our music. There is a message in our dancing. Through this traditional dancing and through music, we were crying, we were complaining, we were encouraging the top guys to change their minds.
Long before my time, but Johannesburg is born out of the gold mine industry, and all our labor is, well, most of them is coming from these ethnic groups, all these people working on the mines. You know, a lot of our black artists, very famous people, Mariam Mukeba, Brenda Fassi. We've even got a white guy, Johnny Clegg. They are very famous, and they base their music on these ethnic group, on these ethnic music.
That's what I want from my fiancé. Give me the love that I need. 10 times love, oh, that's what I want from my fiancé. Give me the love that I need. 10 times the love, oh, that's what I need from my fiancé. Give me the love that I need. Ah oui, ah oh, ah oui,
My music was one of the first form of music. I mean, they sang about the mines, how hard it was, how some people died inside the mines. They sing about any situation. I would say basically even the same way our African American brothers sing about the situations of oppression, the chains, etc., etc.
My Buya is another South African song. It comes from the townships, locations, reservations, whichever, near the cities of South Africa, where all the black South Africans live. And it's simply a plea to all Southern Africans to come together, share their problems, try to solve them in the manner and fashion that our great forefathers and kings, Ngqika, Ihintsa, Shaka, Tingane, Tachwaya, Mzilikazi, Sopuza, Mushweshwe, Skukulu, Khama, Lutuli, Lobengula, and all of them would have been proud of. And the words My Boy Africa simply mean, come back Africa.
My name is Alf Kumalo. I'm a photographer. I've been a photojournalist for 50 years now. But presently we're at the Alf Kumalo Museum. I'm particularly proud that over the years I've actually been able to capture very important phases of South Africa's life, including the Sharpeville massacre when they killed 69 people and maimed more than 200. And later, in 1976, during the students' uprising, when they fought very hard and paid with their lives in order that we should win the country back to the natives of the country. Well, jazz was very big because it originated from Africa. These were slaves that were taken away from Africa to Western countries, whether it was the US, Britain, or many other European countries. But they carried out that music and became very important. It was recorded in early years of the struggles, centuries ago. But it came back to be big in the country. Some of it is haunting, some of it is talking about the oppression, and some of it is talking about joy. But there wasn't much joy, which is why most of the numbers are blues songs.
Deny that the American music had an influence on South African jazz would be a fallacy, because most musicians, everything that we listened to was influenced by American R&B and American jazz. I still listen to Charlie Parker, I still listen to John Coltrane, I still listen to Miles Davis.
Open your hearts to let your spirit free. You hear now in my bed, say, Otherwise I'm known as Hot Sticks in South Africa because I used to be a drummer, and I still play drums every now and then, and the kind of music that I play is Afrofusion, jazz. It's just a combination of different styles of music derived from Mbaqanga music. That is, Mbaqanga is really the root of South African dance music. Almost like pop music or like kwasa kwasa in West Africa, or bossa nova in Brazil, but it's hardcore South African music. I'm a conscious African musician. I'm well aware of the other influences within my own immediate environment, my own music from my own people that I use, that I fuse, you know.
but I still use most of the American influences in the things that I do in jazz. I can only say I'm very proud. I'm a very proud South African, a very proud Black South African who has made a little contribution. Mine was, yes, significant, but not as significant as most people who had paid the ultimate price, who were willing to sacrifice themselves, going to prison. Other people died. For us, it was easier because then we could sort of disguise, our music, that even the authorities did not even understand what we were saying, but we knew how to send messages out to people, articulating people's fears, people's interests, and their faith. I felt that most of the musicians were in the forefront of the struggle. I mean, Miriam Makeba went to the United Nations to speak against apartheid. Jonas Gwangwa formed a group called A.Marchi within the liberation, within the military struggle of the African National Congress. So were many of the musicians who were in the country. Yes, I think music really played a very, very significant part of the struggle to liberate. There's freedom in this country, and people don't think that there's any reason to express themselves on issues that affect society or communities in general. People are more socialized in material. So if they were to make music that espouse revolution or music that would be promoting any social message, they think that they would not be able to live comfortably. Now, what drives musicians today is how much money, what kind of big houses they live in, what kind of great cars they drive, and how many women they hang around with. Is that there's a new apartheid now, there's a new struggle against poverty, there's a struggle against crime, there's a struggle against HIV/AIDS, and I think, in fact, most musicians are also affected, if not infected, by some of these things that I have raised. I mean, South African musicians are the most poorest. I have a role in society, and my role in society is to ensure that I carry a message that will help alleviate poverty, that will help educate Black people about their own plight, that will help people understand the ravages of HIV/AIDS, that will help people understand that crime is a scourge to our society and it needs to be eradicated.
That's not the drum. She's laughing.
We know that for better. We part question, what they I hope. And you for the city, this is carrying our shit. Our thing, when you are tired of the better. Leaving behind lots of promises. When you are tired of I get cool and so sang it.
I usually say musicians are people who are chosen. If you become a musician, it's not just you wanted to be a musician. I believe that you've been chosen by God to be a musician because it's one heavy risk that you are taking. It's a tough work to do for one to do because it's hard to be a musician. In the olden days, our parents never believed in music. They used to tell us not to be music. They used to tell us not
try to get into music. But because of music, it's in you. You cannot take it out from you. We end up with it. Like myself, I think I'll die being a musician. I'll never change. It's just like any country. Americans, before it became America, or maybe before Black Americans be liberated, they were singing about oppression. The same thing in South Africa, we're singing about oppression, which we call it apartheid. For singing, it was not that forbidden. It was forbidden if you sing in a large crowd. Like myself, some of my songs were banned. We're not playing in radio stations because they were too political. Some people are ignorant. They don't even see if they are oppressed. So with songs and things, you make them aware, you open their mind to see that, hey, this is not right, this is not right. Because we are not gifted the same way. So we as the musicians, we are the pillars of making people aware, of opening people's mind to see things that they don't see. That's the role of music. That is what I'm saying. To be a musician, you're like a prophet. There is a guy here in this country which is called Chico Twala. The song said, "We miss you, Manelo." And we interpreted the song like, "We miss you, Mandela, where are you?" So the oppressed didn't understand what he meant, but we understood. You see, as the comrades, that he meant that we miss the man in prison. And then that's the song that made a lot of change in this country. It's still true, because even now, revolutionary music is always linked with jazz, linked with African music, because of people who are always oppressed, black people. In this territory, I would say Africa and United States of America. I know even other white countries, they are slaves. You see, that thing of slavery has been created by God from the early ages of when the earth was created. But revolutionary music, it's linked with jazz and blues. And then we take it further into our urban music, which we call Kwaito, we call Afro jazz, we call Bakang. So it's how people here in South Africa, people could understand Bakang and Black Mambazo music quite well. So we use the words of the revolution so that people can relate with liberation. Everything comes to an end. So then come 1994. That was the end of apartheid and those hard times that we had before. Although it's still hard, but it's much, much better now. We're living much better now. I wouldn't like the new generation to forget. The new generation should learn and know where you come from. Because for them to forget, what if it happens again? They will never know how to handle it. So we can record love songs, good songs to make them forget, but you still have to record the songs which are revolutionary, so that they know where you come from, they know where this country's roots, where it comes from. You cannot abandon what has been happening to you in the past years.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome on stage Mafiki Zolo. Chanta is back.
name of the band is Mafizo.
And basically we do Kwaito music.
And to explain to those who do not know what Kwaito is, way back then during the Apartheid era, young people were more involved in the struggle, you know. There were no form of entertainment, you know. But after the release of former President Nelson Mandela, then young people, you know, started out to, you know, do things that they've never done before, and they started, you know, getting themselves involved into music and other form of, you know, entertainment, and that's how Kwaito music was formed. Our background in music comes from, you know, being in a church choir. I used to sing my own songs, you know, never realizing that that was the gift from God, you know, to be able to compose and write, you know, my own songs. You know.
Yeah, I was inspired basically by different people. You know, obviously we're exposed to American music. So, you know, I used to listen to your Whitney Houston's, your Mariah Carey, you know, and in South Africa, Brenda Fassie, and your Yvonne Chaka Chaka, Miriam Makeba. Basically, we chose to revive the 50s music because of what used to happen back then. You know, there was Kofifi, which there was Sophia Town, and you know, that was before the Apartheid era, where blacks and colored people and white people used to live together, and they used to enjoy themselves listening to the same kind of music without classifying the music to being, this is a black music, this is a white music. That's what I want to see happening now, you know, in this after 10 years of democracy. I want to listen to rock, I want to be able to listen to pop, and I want the white people to be able to listen to Kwaito.
Yeah. Not only do we sing party songs, you know, but most of our songs, you know, social awareness songs, you know, or they can, you know, like Ntanta already mentioned, you know, that we teach young people about the music from the past, you know, but we also sing about issues that affect us, you know, as young people, you know, and we actually encouraging, you know, black people and anyone, you know, to stand up and do things for themselves, you know. We cannot go back and say, you know, we are poor because of apartheid, you know, or we are poor because we were oppressed before, you know. I think it's time for us to stand up and do things for ourselves. A lot of countries out there are still facing, you know, racial problems, you know. I just think it's a question of attitude, you know. If people can have a positive attitude, or, you know, renew their minds and their thinking that, you know, this person is white, this person is black. As long as we still have in our mind the thing that, you know, he's white, she's black, you know, I don't think that that problem would be solved. We can talk about it, debate about it for years, but unless we change our mindset, then, you know, nothing will happen. God doesn't see us as black and white and Asian or Chinese, you know. He sees us as human beings.
to forget tomorrow. Make it last forever tonight.
Youth from the cities, they enjoy Kwaito music because it's been played, it's been produced here in the big cities.
I mean, I like to be gospel music. This is different. You know, like in gospel, they worship God. Then in Kwaito, you know, like they're singing about things that are happening in the country, like crime, rape, you know.
We've got different kinds of music. So we've got like Kwaito, that of which is South African disco music. We've got R&B, the hip hop, jazz. I listen to each and every kind of music, but my favorite is contemporary jazz.
All of y'all that be talking shit, come on.
I'm interested in hip hop, you know. They make me be satisfied. Spiritually and mentally, I'm complacent.
We are musicians and we play jazz. I can say most of the young people in our city, you know, they like Kwaito, hip hop, and then we decided to take our different thing, you know, jazz.
Like I can say, Kwaito music is like hip hop in America. Then like young people like Kwaito because I can say it makes life faster. Yeah, I can say that. But in jazz music, I mean say, like we relax. Yeah, I can say it's music for those who understand themselves. Kwaito music makes a lot of money, if you can check. Then if I can see someone, let's say maybe someone famous who's playing Kwaito, it's very rich, then I say, okay, I can make money too. And just go to the studio and make a noise.
There are a lot of songs whereby we just listen to the music, but it doesn't have any direction, it doesn't have any message sending to us. It's just simply drums and somebody's voice.
Kwaito is a good music, but because of running after the money, it becomes a bad music.
Pulling down the whole South African music, the whole Kwaito sound, because I believe Kwaito is one thing we shine about, South Africans shine about. It's one thing we do best in South Africa. But there are those artists who really pulls it down, who really discourages us to buy certain music in this area.
Kwaito, it's also resembles it's also associated with the dangerous life of a cast, local location where we sit, usually called ghetto.
Those kind of guys, if you have never been in jail, you're not a man.
I listen to Kwaito, but not too much, because if you listen to Kwaito, it's like you get arrogant, you get so rough, you know, you can be violent. So I would put it in this term: there are people who are lazy to think. You know, they just take things on a face value. They don't go deep. Hence, you can say I'm sorry to refer to M.Aliotta for like Pitch Black Afro. You know, they go to the studio and then they play the sound and then they rock, and then after that they just think, oh no, manto for
Tofo, YouTube Tofo, Imumlungu Tofo, Nama hit some Tofo.
But I think life in Soweto is kind of, we are now more privileged because our parents didn't know, they had no chance to go to school. Like me, for example, I'm from school. My parents didn't go to school just because they were underprivileged, oppressed by those whites. Excuse me, but those whites. And for me to go to school, it's my right, and I'm exercising it, and it's kind of a privilege. The era that our parents lived in is different from this one. We are kind of more privileged, and we're kind of allowed and given space, time, and everything to be happy. And Kwaito, for us nowadays, is a form of making money. Sorry for saying that. And it's a form of entertaining other people.
Yeah, because people are free now. There's no use to moaning and busy singing their political songs. Times are changing and people must change. They have to move along with the times.
Cherry and my dog and I'm a lips I'm dog and I'm a zebra I'm dog now my hips come dog you funny carry I'm dog.
This is Soweto Deep Loop extension. This is the best part of a township, a black township. Others are not as beautiful as this one is. But this township was created during apartheid days. But the idea was that if they build beautiful houses, people will be proud of them and not destroy them, and they will forget to fight for the country, and they will also forget to fight the party. That's how this township in particular was created. We're now entering Johannesburg again, but on the highway there are mines around us. They have actually demolished old buildings. They are busy building new buildings in Johannesburg. That's what is happening at the moment. And it is a cosmopolitan city, like many cities of the world. Johannesburg is like a mini New York.
Now my hips come dog you fully carry I'm dog next time they don't dog Nembilo I'm dog you give to them dog but I'm a window phone chair I'm dog and I'm a lips I'm dog and I'm zipper I'm dog now my hips I'm dog you fully carry
Dog means extra camp.
Pitch Black Afro, eso. Una nama hip santo foto. Nama wana bom to. You funny cherry them to. Nama hip santo
It was all about the dream I had when I was young, and I grew up dreaming that. You know, me finding a big suitcase full of money. You know, and I could buy myself happiness, you know, I could buy myself a nice car which would make me happy. I could buy myself a woman with curvaceous hips, you know, like lips, you know, you can buy yourself, you know, a good life, you know. So that song for me represents how I want to be happy.
Now, you know, hip hop, like we're expressing the feelings. What happened in the past, we're just bringing it in the present. And we're still telling the future. Because like in hip hop, we've got like foretellers or whatever you call it. But on the real note is hip hop is like we're telling our legends, African legends, what happened back in the days, like centuries ago. And what will still happen. Because we prophecies, man. We say prophecies, we prophets. You know, we poets, we everything. So hip hop is just a tool to pass around the message.
I decided to rap because music was first nature to me. You know, that is when I became a hip-hop club junkie.
El Pugino Mashowa Banama Chut number nam. Chut number na, I'm a chut number nam. Usbusi sono table beba. Basically, where we are is that music is hip hop. But basically, what we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do, is drop the first gangster rap
album. Now it's basically time to see the cats in Tladi. And we're not stealing other people's tracks, for real. We are original.
Every time I talked, everybody laughed, you know. So I took up that character. That okay, people are laughing at me, so I need to get used to it as a defense mechanism. So my style come, you know, for me being ridiculed, me couldn't express myself, me only writing, me being angry of the world, being happy sometimes, you know. That's in general, in an essay form, that's who this guy is, the S2K.za.
Basically, the musicians that came before us opened the way for us to take the music to the rest of the world. Now it's our turn to liberate the whole world, in a sense, to give the world what South Africa has to offer.
10 years of democracy, opportunities, people.
Nah, you know, South Africa is rich. South Africa, there's a lot of money. The problem is South Africa is in the government, you know. The truth is not being told. Let there be hip-hop and the truth will be told. For real, the truth will be told.
Opportunities are very scarce, and that's why most people have come to Joburg, because Joburg is internationally known. It's basically the capital of South Africa, and that's why most people come here. As we said, the city of gold. And that's what we've come to find, gold, in the form of opportunities, jobs, education, and all those things. That's basically why we came.
Our past is the biggest part of our inspiration. Take it on for
Before 1994, we had musicians, good musicians, but they were all controlled by the white man system. If the white man says, sing to this Shangan beat, you know, for me, it's like, I want to take those word claps, what do you call the things they put on horses, so that they run straight. I think the Buddhists put that, you know, they were successful on putting that in the black man's mind. You know, like Miriam Makeba, all the Brenda Fassis, the Sipo sticks, the Stimela, the Chabukanyile, all those, you know, those helped just to calm the hearts of the people. And they were the voice of the people to whoever who needed to hear our story internationally. But if the white people took away the music at that time, this place wouldn't be like this. It was going to be a war zone.
In America we got ghettos here, but here we got cars, you know, townships. Yeah. You see those rich people now living big now. They all begin in the cars. Yeah, that's the last.
So what the song is about is they're saying we're straight from a Kasi, and we're so strong because of the Kasi. That's where it all started. That's where we got the energy. It's like we're living in a concrete jungle. These guys are like, we're stepping out of the jungle. We're saying flip this. There's more to life than this. We wanna get whatever we want to get in life. Of course, achieve the good things, but we want to do it through our talent. We want to take our talents and show the whole world that look here. This is what we've experienced.
Enough of taking lives with guns and knives, you know. It's time black people get up and just stand for their rights, man, and just work.
Yeah.
Our township lingo, the way we speak in the township, because it is only defined as Tositan or like gangster kind of talking, you know. I was trying to say, no, that is art too. Everything we live is art. So in a way, I would say I'm trying to celebrate life in a township corner, you know. I'm just putting a mark. I wouldn't say I'm educating somebody of nothing. But now, please understand that this is not time for war anymore. This is time to grow.
Nah, basically, well, for me, my solution is to get a deal, you know. Get paid. That's all. That's what I can say, you know. So we can get away from this life. Gambling, lying, stealing, robbing. Do you know what I mean? Even the Bible says, basically meaning in English, what does it mean? A man will eat
from his earnings, from what he works, you know.
outside there they think that we're still after animals or whatsoever.
we're still living in the jungle,
man, we
man. We
intellectualized,
revolutionized
man. Everything is based in Africa.
You're on the same
we
level as
civilized,
anyone
man.
out
We
there,
give
man.
the whole world civilization. Everything started here, man, in Africa. Poetry, everything. I'm
And it's
telling
gonna
you, man.
end here.
It's gonna end here. This is the closure, man. Africa.
No, basically, you know what I mean? Depends where you. They're not talking the truth, you know. Basically, they're not talking the truth. Basically, we gamble. Here we gamble. We lie.
My generation, like, let's say, I was born 80s. That generation was the one in deep shit, because, if I may use that word, the generation who are in school now, like high school, primary school, who are able to learn English and interact with white kids. This nowadays generation looking for millions and looking to go all over the world. You know, they're looking for a house in Miami and all. You know, they have bigger perceptions of life than we thought. You know.
All of us, not that we didn't go to school. We're not finding jobs. What's happening? To make an album, you must have money. Too many people are going to jail because of what's happening, you know what I mean? So basically, they must talk the truth. Teach the youth not to do crime. Stop saying that we live in lavish, hiring cars that are not even theirs. You know what I mean? Let's be real. That's what I'm saying. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's definitely what thanks, Rastafari.
And black development involved, you know. It's about the brains, people.
It's
about the
watch out.
talent.
Internationally, South African music is coming up. There's many tight MCs out there. There's many tight African hip-hop hoppers out
South
there.
Africa.
And then, you know, MXO, 10 for 1. Yo, everyone's coming out, man. Watch out, man.
And in conclusion, my niggas, we are internationally intellectual. Yeah, and mess with 10-111.
We dangerous.
111.
And we dangerous. Khamuna uzobamba umanga.
Bebuka njespanini chushukman Bebuka njespanini chushukman Except upele mtima fet kubimali benithanda Uplela jim ngenamana kwazi nokutanda Kumletan ukichika vele sakhula Ene pupo nokwa one day so kumelela otula Damn, wabu yongelecho betathalula Uthando lomno mdula like ustuwa ndiyakula Pula Elkulanga njengabanye bantwana banomali Kuleli titizela ngifethu for banemali Bephila ngifila like njengoba ikamera Besola kundiyedwa fethu izwanele kwicamera Sometimes benje ngicinga ngifethu uzibulala Xa kufika ubusuku bebanzima nokukala Yona lakhona mangiqala ukusebenzisa isiyobisi Ngoba ilife ebinibhora ngifethu
Elephants running, like 100 elephants running the same direction in a bush. You know, you will see a mark. You know, now it's like for me, it's like I see the elephants, I can hear their sound, and we as the old generation from them, we need to just step aside and see what these raging elephants are going to do. That's it, you know. Yeah, for me it's like that.
Khamunga is a hustler. Khamunga, it's an animal. It's a hyena. A hyena, it hustles to eat other animals. It's a scavenger. It kills, it eats on other animals. So we just, you know, when you hustle, man, you wanna get dough. You wanna make money. You wanna pay the rent. You wanna pay your school fees. You wanna pay whatever, man. You wanna get drunk or whatever. You wanna get out of the slum.
I'm tired of the racist part of life. I'm tired of thinking about that. You know, I'm tired of life not being fun anymore. You know, for me, life should be fun. That's why we came here. But most people, you know, will love life and job. Like it's like extra comfort. You know, they're like extra comfortable life. You know, lips, smoochy. I want the body which is like holdable, curvaceous hips. You know, especially I'm a Zulu boy. You know, I know Zulus only marry like women with defined structures. You can never marry a skinny woman like this as a Zulu man. No, man, you just put the whole Zulu nation down.
khona reward babokhat khona rumfana babokhat bashobana bekazithala abomama nabo baba bahlala bakhala noma ngisestashina kuntonefla kokuthi wami namhlanje umuhle mangivela bayabale thola bayangisaba makakunanikusasise lesidala from dala intakana lidlala intombazane sichomani yekuchoma clever baba fazi wami 357 ngithenga bridgiwa kana safety gwala.
Not the stuff that we all hear on
the TV.
Like we've had enough of that. We need something different.
Because people are lying. They're saying we live in lavish, girls, you know what I mean? That's lying. We're dead broke. We're dead broke. We can't even buy our pizzas. We can't buy Lacostes. Nah, basically, people are lying. Everyone, when he makes a track, he must be in a swimming pool with girls, you know? Let's be on reality, what's happening in our hood. That's basically what we're saying. It's about time to tell the truth to the children, you know what I mean? So the solution is hip-hop. Hip-hop will keep struggling till that day comes. That's what I can say, you know? Till that day, the truth will be told. The truth should be told through hip-hop, true hip-hop.
But now I think we as black people here in South Africa, or we as South Africans, including the white, Indian, Chinese, all over the world, you know, we just need to feel happy. Just make each other happy. That's it for me. You know, yeah, if I make you happy, even if it's one person a day, my day is done. That's what God made me to do here in this world. Just a day, make people laugh.
Pitch Black Afro. Pitch Black Afro. Ranzikazi shukume. Ranzikazi shukume. Ranzikazi shukume. Sukali endleleni nina. Ngiyabonga ukuthi manje khona mina. Pitch Black Afro iboza yokuqina ukuthi manje sengidanga hlala ngomzimba sukuma ushaya izandla lapho ngene afro ngazo esheshayo so to black spline so Pitch Black Afro daso nazo ke indaba eshisayo philayo akekho uzongithinta no yimilo phethe ezibabayo mnandi mo izo lezi igculisayo 502 yimi nkolekayo pasamo ukuthi sithole mo shokwe lapho yonke indawo nishukume ngijuluke yonke indawo hayi wo ngakhohlwa ngijibalo ngizofika eRandfontein ngenyawo isindo mnandi vele kumele kube njalo thatha kancane ngithatha isandla ngithathe yonke ingalo